Shark Tank star Kevin O'Leary says his $15 million payout from FTX was wiped out in crypto firm's collapse, which I'm not really sorry about. And the thing is, was it actually wiped out? Who knows, but let's get into it. But imagine getting paid to be a spokesperson for a company for $15 million. Like, this is such a disgusting amount of money. Like, I don't think people really understand just how much money $15 million actually is. So, Shark Tank star Kevin O'Leary said that FTX paid him $15 million to be the company's spokesman, but he lost nearly all of it when the crypto exchange went bust. In an interview with CNBC on Thursday, O'Leary said he put about 9.7 million of a spokesman check into crypto tokens with his FTX account, which has dropped to zero after the exchange collapsed last month. He had 1 million tied up in FTX equity, which also is now worthless, and O'Leary said the remaining 4 million from the deal went to taxation and agent fees. The total deal was just under 15 million all in. It's all at zero. He said it was not a good investment. The man known as Mr. Wonderful told CNBC that he spoke to former FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried last weekend about his missing funds. O'Leary said he told the disgraced crypto tycoon, "Look, Sam, I am just one investor, but my account has a zero in it, and there are no accounting records. Where did the money go? I need to find where the money went." O'Leary admitted that he fell into the groupthink pitfall, drinking the Kool-Aid on institutional investors' frenzy to get in on crypto exchanges. "We all looked like idiots. We relied on each other's due diligence," he said. And here's the thing. Personally, I like Kevin O'Leary on Shark Tank, but at the same time, he makes some really weird financial choices. Like, some really weird financial choices. So, despite losing millions of his own money, the billionaire has stopped short of condemning Bankman Fried in a legal sense, saying that he is waiting for a full audit of the company before anybody can call the FTX founder guilty of anything. Look, okay, I agree that it'd be smart to wait to see the full thing, but also you gotta keep in mind too, how many people in power has he already paid off? Like, that's an issue. FTX filed for bankruptcy on November 11th. In one recent interview, Bankman Fried claimed to have misaccounted a whopping $8 billion on FTX's balance sheet just before it imploded. Sources agreed, right? And here's the thing, right? Like, Kevin O'Leary has made a lot of money. So the fact that he keeps doing stuff like this, I think is just beyond stupid. Interesting. Feel free to give your thoughts. I just think Kevin O'Leary needs to stop doing these really weird financial deals or whatever, right? Because here's the thing, like, regardless of people's like personal opinions on everyone in the Shark Tank situation in that show, right? The most successful person in that show, regardless if you like him or not, is Mark Cuban. And the reason why I respect Mark Cuban more than probably any of the other sharks is because he's very upfront and basically says things how they are. That being said, even Mark Cuban basically tried to promote a crypto exchange and it completely flopped. So here's the thing, just because you see very wealthy people doesn't mean you should follow their advice. Because, one, you don't know why they are trying to give you advice, it might not be clear, etc. Right? And also, it's just like, this is the thing. Everybody that has money knows, and even people who don't have money knows that crypto is a very gray, dark financial area, right? And personally, I think crypto is a pretty cool thing. That being said, guess what? There's no regulations on it. People could just steal your money. Like, if you were to, like, this is technically the smart way to get involved in crypto is to basically buy crypto and then move it to like code storage or basically like off these platforms onto your hard wallet or a hard wallet. But the problem with that, you might like, let's say that you were to buy like 2 Bitcoin and then you put it onto your hard wallet, meaning like physically at whatever location that you have it in. People could just steal it from you, or you could just lose it, or you could just forget your password and then all of it's gone. Like we've heard stories of people like literally losing almost $200 million into like a landfill, right? It's just like it's crazy. So people need to be smarter when it comes to these things. Like crypto is not regulated. There's no insurances. If you got 100 grand in crypto, which might be like your life savings, and something happens to that coin, goodbye. All of that money is gone, right? And this is like a situation that happened previously with the whole Bitcoin crash, I think back in like 2011 or 2012, something like that, or maybe a little bit later, maybe 2013 was the crash. I forget the exact year. But put people had basically like took mortgages out on their home that was completely paid off. So like let's say like you had a completely paid off house that cost 400K. You then mortgaged your home and put basically all the money that you got from there into Bitcoin when it was at like its peak back then of like about $22,000. And then it crashed all the way down to 2 grand. That financially destroyed people, right? That financially destroyed people. But the crazy thing about that, the people who ended up buying it back when it was down to $1,000 and held till it was basically almost like 70 grand became potentially billionaires, right? Like this is the thing with crypto that people need to understand. You can't predict nothing in crypto. Like there is no predictions you could possibly make where you could pretty much guarantee some sort of thing with crypto, right? And you can't even guarantee that you're not going to screw up on making the transactions to the correct wallet as well. So you might end up sending your money to the wrong wallet by mistyping something, and you're just completely out of your money. You're not going to get that money back. Like people need to be very careful when it comes to cryptocurrency. And again, I like cryptocurrency, but at the same time, people need to be more careful. Like be way more careful, especially nowadays because the financial industry is going to be so bad, probably the next couple of years. But Jesus.